Hi, everybody. So for discussion number 4, you're going to complete and answer the following on the topic of anxiety disorders that we've been covering in chapter 4. Number 1, use a specific example to describe the difference between fear and a phobia. So hint, be specific, be detailed, describe the difference using like a specific stimulus. So say, for example, you choose flying. What would a fear of flying look like versus a phobia of flying? And they definitely should be a little bit different. So pick something specific and describe the difference between a fear and a phobia. Number 2, do you personally have a phobia of any kind? Or do you know somebody who has one? And describe, by all means, please tell us what that would be. 3, give the example, using the example given above in question 2, describe 2 different methods that could be used to treat that phobia. So again, if you went with flying, what are 2 different methods that we could use to treat the fear or phobia of flying? And make sure you be specific and describe what you would do. And number 4, as discussed in the lecture, OCD is often rooted in superstitious thinking. I want you to give 2 examples of a superstitious belief, and I want you to explain the root or history of those superstitions. Hint, right? You're probably going to have to look this up online, but you don't need to cite any information. So do a little internet search, but you don't need to cite it or have any kind of citations present in your post. So, for example, one very common superstitious belief is if you spill salt, that you should throw salt over your shoulder. And where this comes from, right? Salt used to be a very expensive commodity, so it was very bad luck to spill salt. And so if you spilled the salt, what you would do is you would throw it over your shoulder in order to blind the demons that were lurking there to bring you bad or like misfortune, right? Really wild, right? Like most of us, I don't think if we toss a little salt over our shoulder are thinking that we're blinding the demons, but that is where the idea or the root or history of that superstition comes from. And most of them have kind of interesting roots. So I'll look forward to seeing what you come up with for that, your examples of fears versus phobias, and of course, whether or not you have a phobia, or maybe somebody in your life who might have a phobia that's entertaining or maybe a little embarrassing. So I look forward to reading what you come up with later in the week.